You have potential that you haven't tapped into, but the only reason that you haven't tapped into it is because you're afraid of pain. Sometimes pain is something that you have to bypass to really accomplish a goal that you're trying to accomplish. For example, today, since the first time since 2019, I ran 20 miles, dude. And I jumped all the way up from 12 miles initially because there were a couple of days during my normal gym workouts that I didn't get my 2 miles in. So what I did is I added them to my cardio's days. So normally it would have been 14 miles, but since I had missed 6 miles because it was a total of 3 days, I added that to my cardio day, which resulted in me having to run 20 miles. Everything was peaches and cream up until about mile 12, and then my legs started hurting. And, even though the right thing to do is not to quit sometimes, it'll almost be like you have these voices in your head that are telling you just quit, just stop. You've already done enough. Just do this, tell this person that if they ask. And there will be all these contemplations that you're having within your mind. But if you allow that voice to overpower what you know is right and wrong, then you've already failed. So what I chose to do is I recognize what is being said in my head. I recognize what is being whispered into my conscience. But I'm going to go against that. I'm going to follow the path of least resistance. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? I kept running. And it got to the point to where, I got to mile 19 and I called my homeboy and I'm like, bro, we got one more mile. Let's get it. And I'm running and my legs are hurting. My legs are stiff. I mean, it feels like I'm running around on stilts. And this is something that I didn't know if I was going to be able to finish due to the pain. But I kept running. And even if you don't know, even if your brain hasn't yet experienced that in a long time, or maybe hasn't experienced it for the first time, your body can do great things. Your mind can do great things. Your brain is only going to send signals throughout your body that is in alignment with comfortability, because it wants the comfortability within all those processes so you can relax. But sometimes you have to make your brain work out. And that's exactly what I did, dude. I ran and I finished the 20 miles. You see, you guys are like, man, I'm tired. If after you finish doing something, if you're sitting there, man, I'm tired. No, you're not tired enough, because if you were tired, you would already be asleep. You wouldn't even be able to sit there and say, man, I'm tired if you were that tired. You have more work that needs to be done. You can write more, whatever your passion is, whatever it is you're trying to get successful and financially sound with, you have more in the tank. If you're not literally closing your eyes, falling asleep because you can't stay awake, you have more to do. And a lot of people, they do the very least and expect the most. When I say that again, they do the very least and expect the most. You guys can accomplish great things, but you have to put your feelings to the side, dude. I wanted to complete 20 miles. Do I need to complete 20 miles? No. But the voices in my head were saying, dude, just stop, go home. You've already ran an abundant amount of miles. But I knew that I had more in the tank. It's like that Eminem song. Till my bones collapse, I'ma whip this shit. You just gotta keep going, dude. And a lot of you guys, man, you're not doing enough. You think you are, but what you have to understand is you're taking time for granted. And one thing about time is you can never, ever, ever get it back. Like Taylor Swift said. So, bro, I know it hurts sometimes. I know you feel like you just rather go play your Xbox, or you rather go play your PlayStation, or do whatever. You would rather go eat some food, but you need to focus, because your dreams will slip away in due time if you let time pass you by. The greatest of all of enemies is time. And with that being said, man, I'm going to turn the comment section on. You guys have earned another 5 minutes because you sent well over 500 roses. And I just want to say thank you to Kane. Oh, my bad, Kane. I didn't know you. I'm going to say thank you to Kane and thank you to Elias. You guys have bought 5 more minutes. So now, shout out to Braden is adopted for the follow. Shout out to Talk Sissy for the follow. Whatever you guys want to talk about, comment below. We'll talk about it. You got 5 more minutes. You got until 2:42. That's the first time in a while since I've raised my rose requirement that time has ever been bought. So I just want to say shout out to Kane and shout out to Elias, man. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's always much appreciated. But if you guys don't give me any topics, I'm going to just be sitting here staring at the screen. So let's go. This is actually helpful. Well, I'm glad that it can help you, family. We're going to give some more game after this, but I just feel like I needed to touch on this. 20 miles complete. I burned over 5,000 calories. It was insane. My legs are in an abundant amount of pain, and I cannot wait to be able to sleep restfully tonight. But my work is not done, so I cannot sleep until my work is done. So you guys got to put some topics. You got 5 minutes. I don't want this to be 5 minutes of silence. So I'll sit here and I'll wait. Come up with something you want me to talk about. Shout out to all the new people. Make sure you tap the follow and the bell button if you haven't already. What do you think will happen when Conor McGregor comes back? I think that he will come back and he will take a match against someone who is predominantly a striker, because he doesn't want to jump right back into the ring with a wrestler, because that's his Achilles heel. Also, I think he's going to look for a matchup with more of a boxer-style UFC fighter, because he doesn't... I don't know if he's confident with that leg yet, but at least if he's fighting a boxer, he'll be able to test it out. So I don't know about him winning the next match, but I just see him coming back fighting someone that's more popular versus skill, because he's not jumping right back into the championship race. It's not even close. I mean, his last 2 fights were losses, if I'm not mistaken. I think, no, he beat Donald Cerrone, but he lost to Khabib, and then he lost to Dustin Poirier. So he's got a long ways to go before he gets back to the title. You know, just his name alone isn't going to get him a title shot, unfortunately. How do I get motivation? Well, you start putting in the work. You won't be motivated. You can get it. Well, that's a good question. You can get motivation easily by going to YouTube and typing in motivational videos. You'll be motivated for 2 minutes. You might even make your bed. But after that motivation wears out, what are you going to do? You see, inspiration and motivation are 2 different things. When you get that drive, you'll be inspired and you'll try to adapt a new lifestyle that will result in better circumstances and better outcomes for you. But when you're just motivated, it only lasts for a little bit. If I only went and did things when I was motivated, dude, I wouldn't be doing anything. You got to be inspired. That match within has to be lit. Otherwise, you won't do anything. You'll just do little things here and there and then wither away. Any more other topics, guys? You still got 3 minutes, so use your time wisely. You bought that time, so you earned it. So you got the best definition of my time right now, my time and my energy. So let's go. And shout out to my subscriber, Prince Kane, man. Prince Kane is the only one in here rocking that gold, man. I just want to say it's much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? People say they support, but do they support? That's what I pay attention to and I focus on. And shout out to Elias. Elias is subscribed to me on Instagram. You see, the family does what they're supposed to do. The way writers do what they're supposed to too. But I just want to make sure that I can differentiate them so that way there's no confusion. You know, like Judas. Any other topics you guys got for me? Just realized that I turned 19 in 2 days. Wow, dude. We got to turn up on your birthday, man. We got to drop a song or something. That's crazy, right? 19. Next thing you know, you'll be 20. Next thing you know, you'll be 30, man. Time flies. And sometimes we wish we could go back, but you can't. You just got to keep on trucking. Thoughts on people who say they're going to start something and not even start it? I think that they're just a bunch of cappers and they want someone to say, yeah, do it, Danny. Do it, Danny. Even though they're not going to do it. They just want someone to tell them some positive words. They just want some dopamine. They just want approval. They're not actually going to work on anything. Because 9 out of 10, when you really just want to do something and you're sick of not doing it, you're just going to start doing it. And then maybe you'll tell people you are doing it. But, man, quit talking about what you're going to do and do it. Time flies fast. Yeah, time flies faster than Superman. Shout out to Peace, Love, K-Bug for the follow. Much love and welcome to the family, love. You guys have 1 more minute. Come on, throw some topics at me. You guys got 1 more minute, man. You bought your time. Come on. Let's get your time's worth. I will take 1 more topic before this live ends, and then I'll get to the next episode. What's your favorite fighting sport and why? I like mixed martial arts because you get to see several different fighting styles, and then you also get to see how good someone is at their martial art if they can make it dominant over another. Like when you see a grappler versus a striker, but when you see a striker somehow be able to stuff the grappler and get the finish, it's so amazing to see. You know, you got fighters like Jorge Masvidal that come out and in the first 9 seconds, you know, knock out Ben Askren, a national Olympic wrestler, with a flying knee. It's just crazy seeing multiple fight and sport combat styles collide like that. You know, boxing's it's a lot more technical. Do you? You just asked me, do you? I don't know what you were gonna say. You sing me a birthday song on Sunday. Yeah, I'll sing you a birthday song, fam. Just remind me, because I'd be forgetting. My memory, my attention span is that of a pigeon sometimes. So with that being said, guys, it's 2:42. I'm going to go ahead and get to my next episode. Thank you for the investment. If you haven't already, tap the follow and the bell button. And if you want to see this available for playback, go to the Maki and Kane YouTube channel. These all will be posted and listed there if you would like to share it with your auntie or your grandma. But yeah, man, with that being said, I hope you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. Peace.